I need to ask you too as well, or to tell you as well, Ulf, that there is a very strange thing that has been happening in Göteborg that you have never seen it before. It is that you've seen a little bit of it show up in the islands. People are selling cocaine in a form that has never been used before or sold here before. And it is very cheap in this form. It's like buying a beer.
Oh, shit.
And it is very finely powdered, grounds to be extremely fine. And it's very cheap that way, and basically, you know it from America, it's crack. So it's, in other words, it's turning cocaine into a casual buy rather than a high status party drug. And so you have come across that there has been some of the teenagers that you might have talked to, or something like that. And so obviously it's getting there from Göteborg.
I think a place where you probably would find crack, the first place to find crack is Bergsjön then.
Strangely enough, that occurred to me.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's where the situation lies when you meet at your meeting spot. Which I am thinking is based on what I read when you gave me the reference. It's very, very comfortable if you belong there.
Yes.
And both of you do.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think it's an old place, but I don't know. I actually used I used to work on the floor just above Flyganshagen.
Really?
There. So I frequented that during the 90s, but I think it switched owners many times. It's still the same name.
Right.
And now you can buy beer there now, right? Like that. I haven't been for like 50 years or something like that.
Same here.
Yeah, it is from what I can tell now, it is an extremely ordinary sports bar.
Yeah.
So you have the big screens and you have the football games. And
we're not there because we kind of
you guys have your own table in your own corner and you're enjoying yourselves. And one of the things about a place like that, regardless of any other details, is nobody is bothering you.
Yeah.
No.
And so I'm not sure what the rules are. The rules in Göteborg right now would allow you to go and attend this place.
Yeah.
But they are keeping an eye on how many people are at which tables, so that you are not in groups. So that's the situation. So the two of you are there. There is a large man whose skin is kind of a strange greenish white if you look too closely. And then you have this extremely ordinary looking teacher who is not middle-aged, but he is not as young as he was.
Yeah.
And so the two of you are having your conversation.
I think I'm the most nervous of us. I'm constantly like touching my face and
I see. Okay. Right.
Shoulder, noticing people that come in and stuff like that. If there's a police in there, that he would probably think that I'm
right. You are looking a little guilty or something. Yes.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So
a little jittery.
Right. He's twitchy.
Yeah.
Now, so when you
I'm also
right,
and I'm also like going. I'm trying to whisper things, but I easily go up and raise my voice occasionally, and so.
Okay. What do you share?
Are you just a question for me? Are you usually like this when we meet, or is this specifically now?
No, I think I'm usually
Okay,
like
so
this.
then I'm used to it. I
Right.
got it.
Mhm.
I'm yeah. So I don't know. Of course, I'm probably especially a bit. I mean, this Corona situation and everything around it is like really. There's a lot of strange things in this.
Mhm.
So
True.
I'm not
Yeah, Mika
all,
Bistrom has lots and lots of ideas about the origins of the coronavirus, by the way.
exactly.
I can imagine.
So now I just want to ask you what you think when you put together the information I have given you. I am now turning it over to you.
Mm-hmm.
It must be all connected. And I'm hearing all this stuff and all this this creature that you're talking about,
Yes.
that you have heard of, that you have not said, but kind of, is that what you also felt was chasing you, the creature?
No, his sense was far more mystic.
Yes.
It was
I got
it
the
was from
sense
the
that something.
depths.
Yeah. Yes. I got the sense that something from the deep was hunting me, basically.
Okay.
Getting closer.
Mm. That's
my sort of impressions that I can get are very
Your connection
vague
with Mother Ocean.
a lot of the times. Yeah.
Right.
So basically, okay, but that's nice to know. So this like strange looking creature that scares people doesn't necessarily mean there's no report like deaths, drowning people with
Not yet.
a lot of time on them. So this might be a lost creature.
Ooh.
It doesn't fit in.
Maybe.
This.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
there's that, and then there is the cocaine issue, and then there is the kids issue. If you guys talk to each other, then I can allow a further detective work role. Also, tell me what your awareness role is. Ola, you have a special awareness as well. It's different.
Yeah, my awareness role. What is it? Does it analyze 40 points? Is that what you're aiming for?
Yes, I would like you to read me the description of the power. What does it say exactly?
Abstract metaphysical, analyze 40 points, shut down, mild, off limitation.
So to use it, you will have to go into kind of a deep meditation state. And the point is that you are able to send your mind out into the ether and analyze what you can. It's also kind of, I think it's regional, which means that you can actually apply it to all of Göteborg. You can actually, shutdown, the mild shutdown means that he's going to kind of drift off and he can kind of carry out a conversation and maybe, conduct some
I have that as well on my awareness. So I guess I was half asleep when I swam around because I think we discussed it as a dream thing.
Right, exactly. So at some points you just fold your arms and sink down deep and
daydreaming.
Daydream, yeah.
And then we kind of both do this around the table there.
No. He does it when he's floating in the water, and it's a very different thing from yours in terms of what it picks up. They are not the same ability.
Yeah.
They have certain similarities, though, which is nice between the two of you. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
For you, you can just sit here in your chair, and your eyes will, start to drift around. And now that you have something to focus on from this conversation, we know what you are looking for and thinking about.
So, but I have one more thing that I want to ask.
Yeah.
Because I'm not the police, but it's very strange that the crack has emerged now.
Oh yeah,
because the corona situation must have made it really hard for people to. I mean, it made a lot of things hard for the criminals also, because they are not able to move as easily, and that means that it could have been made here with. I mean, if it's imported, that's one thing, but if it's actually from the root, you don't have coca leaves and things like that. But you might have.
Yeah.
So could it? I'm starting to. I'm just trying to reason with you about this. How did it get here? That seems very strange to me.
Mm-hmm.
There's boats going out.
Conversation between the two of you, correct?
Between us, right? So I'm assuming, and this is me just trying to get the backstory. I'm assuming that we have been cracking some heads over this already. Maybe we picked up a dealer or two.
That's what detective work is for.
So should we roll that as a history thing? What has already happened?
Yes, that's fine. Detective work is a nice skill for that. You can use it kind of.
I don't have it.
No, I
don't have any skills. I don't do skills.
Right, exactly. But he does.
Okay, you detect them.
With
and I beat
you talking about this, because he didn't know about the cocaine, you talking all about it means that he can start scratching his head and thinking it over. And so that's another detective work for Ola.
Yep.
Yeah. So I will roll that now.
Yeah.
And that's still 13. And this time it's better. It's only 12. So
that's fine.
So
that's a success. Yes. So the two of you, we can see you actually starting to maybe write on a napkin or something like that. Right? And
sort of bounce ideas.
I'm not saying you are an ignorant person, but not everybody knows where Suriname is, right? And
it's a coastal region.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's about as far as you get, though. And
I know.
It's a coastal region, but it's a coast way over there. Your discussion, and as you start to poke your phones, just like Hoffman and just like Ulf is doing right now, the two of you are also poking your phones and talking, and it comes together very quickly. With a successful detective role, it comes together very quickly. There is a region of Venezuela which is called La Guajira, and it is geographically more like part of Colombia, even though it's technically part of Venezuela. But Colombia operatives often launch operations against Venezuela from La Guajira. Okay, so what's happening is that cocaine from Colombia is being taken to La Guajira, and then it is being distributed to export points along northern South America, and it is mostly going elsewhere. I mean, in the Western Hemisphere, but some of it is going into the EU, to states in the EU, and so since a lot of since it's not that many people, but since a certain sector of the Suriname immigrants in Sweden are politically aligned with the right wing in Colombia and the operations against Venezuela, they may be involved, or there is a Colombian contingent of racketeers in Goteborg, and so there's at least some possibility of some connections there. Some of the politics align, some of the and you recognize this tactic. This is the famous Iran-Contra tactic of black ops groups funding things by selling powdered cocaine. This actually, it happened. It's very famous with the Iran-Contra scandal, but it has been done a lot. So this is Sweden. Welcome to the world.